Taliesin?
Legion.
Hey, have you been to bed?
Legion.
Are you going to work today?
Legion.
Are you okay?
Legion.
I'm just really worried about him. Maybe you could talk to him? Yeah, okay, great. Taliesin?
Legion.
It's your mum.
Legion. Legion. Legion.
Yeah, he's been like this for days.
Legion!
I don't know what to do. I've been thinking, maybe you'd like to put these nice, fresh, clean pants on.
Legion.
Maybe just change your underwear. It's been a week now.
Legion.
And you're really starting to smell.
Legion.
Please? Look how nice they are.
Legion. Legion.
Welcome home, Evitel. Hungry?
You're not playing the game.
It's only a game. I don't need to play it all the time. What's more important is spending time with you. Oh, Legion.
What?
Evitel.
Hello Internet, my name is Taliesin.
And I'm Evitel.
And welcome to the Hotfix episode
3.
3. Once is just a one-off, obviously.
Yeah.
2 is a coincidence. 3 is a national treasure.
Yeah.
So
There's
welcome.
the charm. Hi.
Welcome to the Hotfix. And we've got a lot to talk about
Yeah.
on this episode. Of course, now Legion is out.
It's
and
here.
Legion is released, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about Legion, our experiences of Legion so far, what we think of it, why it's the fucking worst expansion of all time.
Hey.
No, because I don't think that, obviously.
Oh.
But I'm saying that because then I can put as a thumbnail for this video, I can put fuck you, Blizzard. Worst expansion
of all
ever. If we
time.
guarantee,
Yeah.
if we put worst expansion ever,
That's ultimate clickbait.
we will get twice as many views on this video than we would otherwise.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's not the worst expansion ever, but that's what I'm going to do.
That's some really strategic thinking.
Worst
Taliesin.
expansion ever. And then when people put in the comments
Yeah.
underneath, how can you think that? It proves they haven't watched the video.
Yeah.
And if they put in you said it was the worst expansion ever, but then you said you didn't think that at all.
Yeah.
It's fucking owned, mate. Fooled you into watching our video.
That's some serious backpedaling.
And everything I've just said, I copied off an internet article. None of that is my words. So, on to our wine choice for today,
Oh yeah.
which is...
Ooh, leftover box of Shiraz.
Yeah, okay, just to be clear, all right, we're going to get onto this in a second. The reason we've only played 1 week of Legion, even though it's been out for 2 weeks, is because, as most of you who follow this channel will know, when Legion came out, we went, yay! And then we fucked off
Yeah, we
to a
left.
music festival.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the English countryside. It was amazing.
And yeah, it was amazing.
It was great. And you always have to pack proper supplies and rations.
And that we did. And when Evitel came home one day with this box of Shiraz, which is 3 bottles of wine in this tiny little box.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, it's amazing.
That's
and I said,
science
that's so
for you.
amazing. That's not going to be enough. You need to get another box of Shiraz.
Yeah.
And we'll easily drink 6 bottles of wine in 3 days. It's a music festival. Do it. Go and get the fucking Shiraz. And I sent you
I
back
did.
out to the shops to
Yeah.
go and get another box of Shiraz.
True story.
And then we didn't drink it. But so
No,
this is our
we didn't
leftover
drink it.
Shiraz that we're drinking today.
We're working on it. Well, Taliesin's drinking it. I am drinking a lovely glass of H2O.
Yeah, because you're ill.
I'm okay.
You were in bed yesterday because you were so
not
ill. You're
okay,
sick
no, that's
and
something.
infectious.
I did not pull a sickie to play Legion. I was genuinely ill.
Whereas some people did.
The migraine. Yeah, he did that.
I did. I pulled 2 sickies to play Warcraft. And I don't regret a
Terrible.
fucking thing. Even though I can't afford to eat.
Oh my
So,
God.
should we talk some fucking
Get
Legion?
into it. Yeah.
Legion is out. Here are our thoughts on Legion so far. I'm going to put a little graphic there. Yeah, it's going to come up. It's going to be like Legion so far.
That's
and I
good.
might use that as a thumbnail.
I like that.
With is shit written underneath it. Worst X-Pack ever. Evitel, do you think that, since it's written on our thumbnail,
Yeah.
do you think that Legion is the worst X-Pack ever?
I do not. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Oh,
I'm gonna
what?
have
You
to
just
disagree
ruined
with
the
you. I
whole
know, I
theme of the
ruined the
video.
video. I ruined the video.
Why isn't Legion the worst X-Pack ever?
I will take responsibility for ruining this video. I think it's great. I'm loving it, and I'm certainly not the only person. Like that feeling when I walked into Val'sharah for the first time and saw unicorns. Like
Yeah.
you heard me. I literally went like unicorns from my computer. Unicorns.
Are you sucking off the unicorn? What are you doing? I love unicorns. Mate, if I saw a unicorn, I might suck it off.
Yeah, like it's
How
a
many-
once in a
like,
lifetime chance.
How many opportunities are you going to have in your life to suck off a unicorn?
That's filthy.
What are you playing? What's your character?
I'm a hunter, and I think I talked about this before, but I used to be Beast Mastery, and that felt great for a while until the pre-patch and the actual X-Pack dropped, and now I'm Marksmanship, and I'm really enjoying generating so much aggro,
You really fucking
both in terms of like mobs, but also real life people who I can like hear screaming from like across the tubes of the internet every time I press barrage.
Yeah, absolutely, and you deserve that fucking hassle as
know,
well. I'm
but
sorry,
it's
because people who've watched our Legion range DPS video
Oh, yeah.
have already pointed
That
out
was
your
all me.
fantastic
I'm
mob
sorry.
pulling
I'm
in
so
that
sorry.
fucking marksmanship
Look,
hunter footage.
yeah,
It's
look.
quite beautiful.
Yeah, well, I wanted to show. I wanted to give a full picture of marksmanship.
Exactly, the
hunter.
proper experience.
Right. What about you? What's
I've
your main?
been maining my disc priest, although I actually got a talking to from my guild master yesterday.
Wow.
Because I'm so far behind on eye level.
Oh my
Because
God.
raiding is coming out soon.
Wow.
And I am not prepared.
No.
I am not prepared. Because for the fucking Legion DPS video, this is why I wanted to get it done before Legion came out. You can't use fucking beta footage
not.
for once
Yeah.
it's out.
No.
So I had to get all of these fucking characters to 102 so I could get all the different artifacts. Like, because, those specs have got 3 artifacts each, the Warlock and the Mage and stuff.
Yep, yeah.
So I had to get them all, and the Hunters and stuff.
Yeah.
And we did get help from some awesome people, like fucking Fallenheart.
Thanks, man.
Oh my god, Fallenheart, who has long been a friend of this channel.
Yeah.
He's one of our first ever subscribers.
Yeah.
Fallenheart. He does really cool Warcraft content as well.
Yeah.
Which you should definitely watch on
Totally.
his channel, which I will link on the screen. Well, I won't link it, but I'll show it on screen right now, and I will link it in the description underneath. He came to our aid with Beast Mastery, and he helped us. And the guy from my guild called Burnak ran a dungeon with me as Elemental and recorded that. And we couldn't get his recording software working, and he is actually the most patient man I've ever met in my life. It's awesome. He's brilliant.
Great,
and
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
obviously max level,
Yeah.
because I did that pretty quickly. But eye level at the moment, as this video is recorded, I'm going to jump into some more heroics and stuff after this.
Yeah, get in there.
But at the moment it's 810, which, as you all know, is a bit lackluster. And that's the best thing about a new expansion for me, is just being like, oh my god, there's literally everything to do, and I can just chill out and do it.
Yeah.
And I think that the way that the level scaling works
Yeah.
in Legion totally encourages that as well.
I love that. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
I agree with that. And I feel totally free to I go through a zone and I didn't feel this sometimes with other expansions where I was like, I just want to get this zone over with.
Yeah.
And in this case, I'm just doing it at my own pace and really enjoying it.
But I think one of the reasons you had that with other expansions as well was because you associated...
I want to go up to the next one.
Exactly. And you associate finishing zones with leveling up a certain amount.
Totally.
Like in Warlords, you knew it was 2 zones per level.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2 levels per zone.
Yeah.
And so you're like, I've got to get my 2 levels in this zone, and then I've got to fuck off. I've got to GTFO to the next zone, do 2 levels there, and fuck off there. And the way that the scaling works, predictably, you don't have that at all.
It's so cool.
And how amazing would it be to have that scaling in normal world content?
It would be amazing.
Wouldn't it be incredible?
It would be so
Because
cool.
just leveling out, that'd be such a better experience.
Yeah.
Because you just be finishing stuff properly.
Totally.
You know, what was the first zone that you did?
I did Val'sharah first.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to start, isn't it?
Oh, well, kind of devastating way to start, to be honest.
Yeah.
And we're not giving spoilers in this video, are we?
If we do, we'll mark them very, very
Okay.
obviously.
But, like, shit goes down in Val'sharah. I mean, unicorns aside,
Yeah.
tiny deer aside, amazing foliage effects
I'm sorry,
aside.
shit goes down with the unicorns as well. I started with Azuna. You're doing Azuna now, aren't you?
Yeah.
I started with Azuna. That's my first zone. I think most people start with Azuna because it's nearest to Dalaran.
Sure.
And like with all the kind of the demon hunter stuff there at the very beginning of Azuna, it's quite clear they kind of if it had been linear, that would have been the first zone.
That makes sense.
With.
That makes sense.
And I went to Azuna, and what an amazing zone that is.
Yeah.
I just
I'm working
blew
through it now.
my fucking mind. But one of the first things that happens when you get out of that demon hunter zone, and you're going around and you see the unicorns and all this beautiful stuff, and I was like, fucking unicorns, and I recorded it, and I was like, I'll use this in a video, how happy I am. And I was running with the unicorns, and I was like, this is amazing. And I go and I pick up another quest, and I walk around a corner, and there are fucking withered nightfallen eating the unicorns. Eating the unicorns, not sucking them off, eating them. And it broke
You're doing it wrong.
It broke my tiny heart. I had a little chat with my guild master, and he was like, in the nicest possible way, because my guild master is awesome and really fucking clever. He's not actually guild master now. My apologies, but he is the raid leader, and he was kind of prodding me and sort of going, maybe you should think about, you know, upping. But now I've done that video. That DPS video, which was the last in that series, and I actually feel a bit bereft now.
What are we going to do next?
Grand Theft Auto.
That would be amazing.
Someone put in the comments, and they were probably just fucking joking, but they were like, I'm sad this series is finished. And I was like, yeah, no shit, man, I'm sad too. Yeah. I was like, so, yeah. Drinks. So yeah, cheers to the Legion class series video. Thanks guys for watching that.
Yeah, thanks for supporting that.
So now that I finished that, and I finished getting all the footage for that, and those videos are out, I can properly focus on Mivanwi, my Disc Priest main. So she's 110, she's done all the zones, all of the storyline quests from those zones. So I finished all the chapters in the zones. So still, especially in High Mountain, I get the feeling there's a lot of fucking quests that I haven't done.
Love High Mountain.
Oh, God, I love High Mountain. We're going to get onto our favourite zones on the questions
okay,
later.
we'll get there.
I'm doing my daily quests, and like, you know, I'm on 8-10 now, but I'll easily get up to a decent level for raiding.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Yeah, and then all I have to worry about is how viable Disc may or may not be in raiding.
We shall see.
We shall see.
It's part of the big, wonderful wheel of fortune that is World of Warcraft. I'm in Azuna right now, and I've finished High Mountain, which is the bomb.
Yeah, High Mountain. I loved a lot more than I thought I was going to love.
Yeah,
wow,
same.
What a fucking incredible zone that is. It's got everything, hasn't it? It's got music.
Including...
It's got death.
The Hunter class hall.
Of course, yeah.
That, again, this is one of the things I really loved. When you first enter the Hunter class hall and they welcome you in and you say, like, the pledge to the eagle and... like the unseen path, and the music swells. The music is amazing, by the way.
I could just live my life to that music.
It's brilliant.
I could walk down the street to that music and just feel badass the whole time.
Oh, I couldn't walk down the street because I'd collapse in a puddle of emotion.
So if you could have a theme tune, not necessarily even WoW, like if you could have a theme tune which was your theme tune, and when you walked into a room, like that music would play.
No, this is too hard.
What would it be?
No,
because I know what mine would be.
Okay, what would yours be?
Want You Back by the Jackson 5.
That's pretty good.
It'd be awesome if I opened a door to go into a room and it's like bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-dum ba-dum ba-dum ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum, and they'd be like, Taliesin's here. down, 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 down. That'd be my life, and I'd fucking love it. And I'd walk into rooms that I didn't even need to be in just so I could have that entrance music.
I would love for us to do a video about like best Warcraft music eventually.
Yeah?
I would love to do that. Would you guys like that? I would.
I'm not sure how we can make many visual jokes about that.
I don't think we could.
Okay, what would you have up there? What would be your not number one but quite high up?
Winter spring music, definitely.
This is the thing, right? There are
it's all
There
good.
are things which are any new Warcraft expansion is guaranteed to do well. One of those is usually the questing. Mm-hmm. The Legion questing is easily the best questing of all time. Partly because of the scaling, partly just because it's really imaginative, partly because those zones are just absolutely stunning. And brilliant acting, the fucking voice acting.
Voice acting is so good.
It adds so much.
It does. And can we all say thank you for that little box that just has like the little animation in it really quickly?
Thank you, little box.
Thank you, little box. I love you, little
And
box.
thank you for making the animations of the people's faces like really Warcraft 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
like they're just like
They talk like this.
like
Warcraft 3 people. And I love that. It makes me feel really
Can't
happy.
wait until someone makes that into a GIF.
Yeah. Awesome. Look, we're pretty much answering all these questions already. Should we get onto the questions straight away? We asked for some questions on our Twitter. If you're not on our Twitter, Taliesin Evitel at Taliesin Evitel. I still can't work out how Twitter works.
Oh, bless
I'm really
you.
sorry. But we put this on.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, we put it on. We put it on the Twitter.
Yeah.
On the Twitter. We asked the question on the Twitter.
On the Twitter.
And people left some questions for us to answer.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with this question from Taylor Wolfert. What do you think of the questing experience in comparison to other expansions, i.e. variety, story, engagement, creativity? We've touched on this, but let's do it properly.
Yeah, we have
How do
touched
you
on
rate the questing experience?
I rate it 8 out of 8, mate.
8 out of 8? I rate it 8.5 out of 8.5.
Oh, raising the bar.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've talked about this, but the quests are great. I think they're really, really good. I think they're just really character-driven and interesting. And there are characters that I don't think I'm going to be attached to, but I become attached to, and then they disappear or die or something terrible happens to
High
them.
Mountain
And then
spoiler.
No!
High Mountain spoiler.
I'm not spoiling
No, I'm about to.
anything. Oh.
High Mountain spoiler.
Yeah.
When your dude that you're following around and helping out, your Tauren dude and all his mates, just get killed.
Just the village is destroyed.
Not that one where you run into the cave.
Oh,
and
the
you're like,
cave.
dude,
And then
put down
they-
that hammer. And he's like, yeah, I'll put down that hammer. Ugh. And he makes like the spikes go through them. And
Yeah.
you're like, shit, you just killed all my friends.
I know.
Just killed all my dudes.
I know. It happens. It happens a lot.
You're just dead now.
I know.
What the fuck?
I know. Someone.
Just res, man.
This
Just fucking res.
This ties into our next.
Is Author Wayfarer, who says, why so many Legion quests were written by GRRM, which is, I assume, G.R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
George R.R. Martin, as in Game of Thrones.
Unless it's
man.
another GRRM we're not aware of. But it is
R.I.P. my
definitely-
new fave NPCs.
I
Yeah.
know.
See you, Tauren dude. Sorry, man.
Oh my
Spike.
god.
Well, he didn't even scream. He just went, he's dead now.
So sad.
So who else were you gutted when they died?
The dude in Azuna who takes you around, who's like, oh, I'm not a junkie.
He doesn't die?
He regresses into a junkie,
Yeah, he does.
but in a really, really sad way.
Yeah,
He's
you're
like,
right.
I can't see you. And my vision's dimming. It's a great character because you're like, why do I have to deal with this really annoying dude?
He's great, though.
And then you're like, you're great.
He's even got the best introduction when you're fighting him in the cave and you get into, and he's like, that's a lovely weapon you have there. It's so big and shiny.
to me.
Give it to me, your weapon. I might just have to take your weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, I lolled. I thought it was great. I was laughing.
What was your heartbreak character? Oh yeah, you already talked about it. The Tauren.
Him, yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah.
also the obvious one is Sarah.
What? Like
That genuinely broke my heart.
that was crazy.
I was just like, fuck this game.
I know.
Seriously.
I know. Like who? Yeah, I did not expect that.
And so, in answer to Taylor's question about the questing experience and where it rates amongst like other ones, the WoD questing experience, people die in that as well.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I think I feel more engaged with the story.
Yeah.
More so ever than Wrath, probably. Because Wrath, it focused all around this one thing.
Yeah.
You know, there were offshoots and it had that thing of there was this one overarching story,
And
which
they're
was
all going,
incredibly
right?
clear.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going.
Yeah.
And there's this whole world in Northrend, and there are other things going on in that world which you get involved with and which you help out. But there's always this shadow of the actual story. And I think that Legion gets that.
Yeah.
In a way that no other
It
expats
does.
since Wrath
Yeah,
has.
I'm buying the stories, and I'm not seeing those just side quests as a part of a bigger quest. I'm seeing them as all of their own individual stories, and that's
Yeah.
really nice.
Following the story much better than I ever did, partly because of the voice acting,
Yeah.
and partly because it's just a better story, and I like the characters more.
And is it because Khadgar is telling you what you need to do? Just constantly being like, Taliesin, fetch me my rocks.
There was a meteor. Go and check out the meteor. I'm like, you fucking go and check out the meteor. Seriously, you can turn into a raven. You can get there in like 5 seconds. Like, oh, there's a meteor. Go and find. No, you fucking go and find it. I'm so sad about Sarah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Seriously. Next
So
question.
So in answer to that, yes,
Yeah.
incredibly creative quests, loads of variety, which I fucking love. The story is engaging and wonderful, and it just gets better and better. Not on the clock. At Zombie Friend says, does this expansion have a big Diablo 3 feel to you, aesthetic and mechanics wise? Very, very good question. Not on the clock. Really good question. Evitel, what do you think?
I have literally never touched Diablo 3, so I am not an expert, and I can give zero opinion on this question.
I haven't played much Diablo 3 either, but I know what you're asking. Not on the clock. The idea of like the world quests and later on Mythic Plus dungeons and stuff, it has a very dungeon crawler type feel. Like this idea that you go in, you bop a load of things, you kill a load of shit, you pick up a load of loot, and it's different all the time. You've got different ones to do every day, and I think that's what you mean there, not on the clock. I haven't played much Diablo 3, but that's what I've always sort of associated with Diablo. And yeah, I think you're right. I think there is that feel to it, and I think that's kind of been backed up by the Warcraft devs. They've come out and said like months ago that that's kind of what they were aiming for. They're like, we're totally stealing stuff from Diablo 3. And why the fuck not? Like, the thing that let down WoD in the end was that there just wasn't enough different variety of content at endgame. And this is one way of trying to make sure there is.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think they totally fucking nail it. Obviously, I am 1 week into endgame, so I don't, it's stupid to kind of try and say, but it certainly feels incredibly promising at this stage.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. Apart from it being the worst fucking X-Pack ever. Obviously. What a fucking terrible X-Pack this is. This is the fucking worst.
So bad.
I'm fucking glad that
Trash.
Metzner's retired. Fuck him.
Oh.
First to Sarah and then Metzner. Seriously, the
Hey,
world
at
is a
least-
terrible place.
at least-
First Bowie.
Alan Rickman. Oh man, don't get me started on 2016.
Okay, so but Metzner hasn't died.
No,
He's retired, spent more time with his family.
Quite the opposite.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
is retired
Welcome to real
very
life, Chris
happily
Metzner. Yeah.
at 42 years old, which is an amazing thing to do. And I really admire him coming out and saying that he is just going to spend time with his family.
Yeah, what a fucking
and that
legend.
he's not doing this to do another job. I'm sure he will do other stuff. Who knows? But like, so brilliant, especially in kind of the gaming tech world.
Yeah, good question on the clock. I'm sorry that we're not more knowledgeable about Diablo 3. But I agree with you. I think there is a general kind of aesthetic-wise, I'm not so sure. Because I think it's so elfy. Such
It's
a
so
beautiful elfy aesthetic. Because I remember when they
love the
announced
elfiness.
Legion at was it Gamescom?
Were you worried it was going to be like...
Yeah, because when it happened, because I had my heart set on Eye of
We both did.
as
Eye of Ashara.
I was
Yeah,
like,
we
I want
both
a
like-
fucking Ashara, Naga,
Playable
High
Naga
Seas.
race.
Yeah, I want all that shit. I want that shit. That's what I
One
wanted. I wanted
day.
it so much that
One
when
day.
when it was Legion,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man.
I know.
More fucking
More
demons.
green.
Oh, more green. I've just been in Hellfire Citadel for what feels like 10 years. And now you're giving me a demon expansion. And then, as soon as I actually saw the zones that they were doing, I was like, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
And that is elf. And that is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. And
Yeah.
you've got so many different aesthetics
Yeah.
in Legion with
Yeah.
all the different zones. You've got your really elfy zones
Yeah.
like Suramar and like Val'sharah, obviously, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then you've got your kind of Wrath zone,
Yeah.
Stormheim, and High Mountain, which is all tore and feels like vanilla WoW, but
Yeah.
amazing.
Ooh,
Feels like
okay.
a really
Yeah,
good vanilla
it does.
WoW
It
zone.
does
It feels
feel
like
I love
is
it.
it Mulgore? The
Yeah.
the Tauren
Yeah,
starting
yeah,
area,
yeah.
and it's just that, but more so.
Yeah.
It's just really great. Really love all
is
those
good.
zones. Fucking
Super
great.
good.
So, Tim Linschotten. Sorry, Tim, I've obviously said your name wrong. What is your favourite thing in Legion so far? Mine is the return of class-specific content.
I'm gonna have
Good
to,
choice, Tim.
Yeah, good choice. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I love the class, like fantasy and the class lore and the artifact weapons, which I was a little bit when I heard about them at first.
I know what you mean.
But it's grown on me, especially if you have a weapon that you like.
Yeah. Gutted if you've got a weapon which is a bit shit.
Yeah.
Like the holy artifact. Not down with the holy priest artifact.
Yeah.
I just don't love it.
To
It's
be
fine.
honest,
It's
the
fine.
Shadow Priest artifact is pretty cool because it's like
Talks to you?
Okay.
The ones that fucking talk to you
Oh,
are the
the
best.
ones that have a mind of their own
Yes!
are pretty cool.
All that
I'm just
shit.
talking about the design options. They aren't like too diverse.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, the sort of the colour
Yeah.
changes and model changes. Aren't
I
they?
really like Val'sharah, Legacy of the Windrunners. Because that feels cool to me. I know. It's so cool. It's cool. I like it. And I love and coming into something that is like dedicated to hunters and being in a hall with other hunters around and seeing their pets. And that really does it for me. That really made me feel good.
My actual genuine favourite thing, Suramar. I genuinely think is the best thing they've ever done in WoW. I think it's absolutely brilliant.
That's a big claim.
It's a massive claim. Because what other brilliant things have they done in WoW? Thrall.
Green Jesus.
Green Jesus.
Khadgar.
Khadgar, yeah, all these things. All these things which are pretty fucking top drawer. Love them. Amazing. Val'sharah, yeah. All of these things. And I think Suramar is the best thing that's ever happened in WoW. I think the idea of having a max level zone, which you go through, and initially it's just story. There is a grind that comes later.
Yeah.
But all that story zone and the way that that city is realised and presented, and it's this living, breathing thing in a way that we've never had in Warcraft before. This totally happening city with like an infrastructure, and it just feels so real. Even the ruins just outside Suramar just feel more real than any place I've ever been to.
I get what you mean, because sometimes cities and places in Warcraft can just feel like a bunch of NPCs plopped into a building. Or around a building.
Whereas this, it feels like Witcher 3.
Ooh.
It feels like
Does
I'm
it
just there for
really?
the story. Yeah, genuinely.
Does it feel like Geralt?
He feels like Gerald. It feels like that because there's this whole city going on, and there's this whole kind of like sort of resistance storyline going on, and it's just a beautiful thing, and it feels like an RPG. Which
can't wait to
Warcraft
play it.
hasn't felt like since I've first started playing.
Yeah.
In the first few months that I started playing Warcraft, it felt like an RPG, and then you realise it's actually about other things.
Yeah.
And this is completely different, and it just feels better, and it feels like it feels like exactly what you want to be doing at max level. It's just great, and I fucking love it.
Oh, good news.
And I will grind the shit out of it, and I don't even care. No one can say anything different. Which leads us to Fallon Hart, who we have been extolling the virtues of on this video. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. Check out his channel. Has the Nightfall and Rep grind started to annoy you yet? And you think, don't you, that going through that whole fucking zone, which is just missions and quests, you're like, oh, well, I'll get the rep automatically.
Yeah, as you do.
I have to level through it anyway. Or not level, I have to bop through it anyway.
Progress.
So I'll just enjoy it. And when I come out, I'm pretty sure I'll have quite a lot of rep, and it'll all be fine, mate. All be fine. And you do like a massive quest, which takes like 10 minutes, and you kill some things, and you find all the shit, and you go back, and you hand that in. You're like, load me up with my rep. That's all I've got to get from this after all, because I'm max level.
Yeah.
And they're like, your reputation with Nightfall has increased by 28.
Oh my god.
And you're like, what?
Oh, I can't wait to do
What?
that.
You know what I just fucking did for you? Yeah, I like infiltrated a city. I rescued your fucking daughter. I killed a load of fucking things with spindly things over their heads that I thought would be able to see me. I got bottles of wine. I hid in a fucking basket while the scary things went away. And then I fucking made a teleporter out of fucking nothing. No one else is doing anything in Suramar. And I'm doing all this shit. And I come back. 28 rep. Fuck you. But I love the zone so much that I don't even care. And there are so many daily quests going on that the great thing about the daily quests is you can't do them all. And you're not supposed to do them all. So you've got this incredible choice. And I don't see why I have to get bored of doing Nightfall and Rep. I can just do other things. Right, William Sladden. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. Good question.
Good question. Oh, this is probably my favourite question. Definitely. And William Sadden, my favourite
my
person,
favourite.
definitely. Have you played any of the Death Knight questline? And if so, what's your opinion of it? Okay, this is not my favourite question. It's a fucking horrible question.
Yeah.
No, I haven't played any. So
I haven't touched it.
my
Bad.
Yeah, no. What's it got? My
So
Disc
bad.
Priest raid ready.
You're casual, man.
I am, man. But I will be able to do more then. Cool. So I am definitely gonna level up a Frost Death Knight.
Ooh,
I really like
nice.
Unholy, but I just love all the procs with Frost. It's so great.
That's
It's just really
cool.
relaxing when you're just hitting shit and all those procs come up and you're like, yeah, that button, roll. It's just great.
Yeah.
I love it. It's
Nice.
really cool. Yeah. I just love seeing those fucking graphics come up and going,
I
oh,
love-
that button, that
I
button.
love seeing the buttons flash.
Yeah, I
and
do.
pressing the button.
Yeah.
That makes me feel good. Oh, we're such basic creatures.
Yeah,
aren't we?
absolutely. But having said that,
Yeah.
I have heard quite a lot about the Death Knight storyline.
Yeah.
And it sounds fucking awesome.
Ooh.
And I really want to get involved.
Cool,
So
yeah.
it will be definitely one of the ones that I play through specifically for the storyline. Question, William. Thank you very much. And Noah Kegel says, sorry, I don't, because I thought I probably said your name wrong, Noah, not because I was like, oh, Noah.
I think that's probably right.
Yay, Noah. We like Noah, friend of the channel.
Kegel. Noah Kegel's a friend of the channel.
Have you found any more beef on Khadgar?
No.
Get your own fucking meteor, Khadgar. Seriously, you fucking want it so much. You know so much about it. Like, he's like, oh, this meteor's come down. It's probably really important. And you're like, well, yeah, you should go and have a look, Khadgar. And he's like, maybe you can go and have a look. And are you sure? Because you seem to know so much about it. And he's like, oh, I think you should. I'm standing in this hall. I've been standing in this hall for ages now. I can't not stand in the hall. So if you could just pop along and find it. And so you're like, okay, fine. And you go and find the meteor.
Yeah.
And you bring it back. And you have to go underwater. You have to go to a little cave. You have to kill some big thing who's got it in his hand. And you have to take the kind of what it was, which was in the meteor. And you take it back to him. And you're like, there you go, Khadgar. And he's like, oh my God! What's this? This is so important. We have to act immediately. And you're like, do you know what, Khadgar? If you'd gone to get it your fucking self, you could be there by now. Like I suggested. Because, yeah, you're the fucking expert, Khadgar. You know so much about it.
Yeah.
We could have saved all this time. If this is so important, we could have saved all that time of me coming back to Dalaran with this thing and showing you. You could have been to the Exodar by now. You could have stopped. You could have stopped the shit that went down, Khadgar.
Look,
And he didn't.
He didn't.
Do you know why?
Why?
He's a fucking demon.
Was he busy putting his head in a floating ball?
No, he was busy being a fucking demon lord.
Ooh.
That's what he was doing.
We shall see.
Demon lord, mate. I actually think it again now.
Do you?
Yeah, for a while I didn't think it, and now I do again. Seriously.
Your heart wasn't in it for a while.
Someone pointed out, it might even be Noah, that when you when you click on NPCs and you keep on clicking on them, they get really
They
annoyed.
say annoying things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard Khadgar's new ones?
No.
You should go and check out Khadgar's new
Okay,
ones.
I will.
If you don't you don't want it spoiled.
No,
Because
don't spoil it
when the person told me in the comments, and they were like, "You need to check this out," and I was like, oh, "Is he like, stop it? I'm a demon lord." So I went and did it straight away.
to me. Yeah.
I got to say it on the video.
Skip
forward 30 seconds if you don't wanna hear.
Does he go, knowledge is power? Fuck you! Stop picking on me!
He kind of does. He goes, "Stop that! What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then he's like, "Oh, it's tickly. It tickles so much." And then he's like, "Oh, well, I'll have to go and get some new robes."
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
That's messed up.
Is now.
I'm
He makes a
tickled.
mess in his robes.
Oh my god.
You do that. You can do that. You can make a mess in Khadgar's robes. What do you think about that, eh?
That's what I dream of every night.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
So, yeah. Khadgar. It's hard to find beef on Khadgar at the moment because I find that anyone who is on our side, even slightly, so far, because the storytelling is so good,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're on our side, you're on our team, let's roll, you're brilliant. But I still can't shake my doubts about Khadgar.
I know what you mean.
I just can't. I'm really interested to see what happens with Karazhan.
Yes.
Because when that patch comes out, obviously... Because, is it not a little bit suspicious that last time we really spent any quality time with Khadgar, we went to Karazhan,
Yeah.
and we, fucking did all the good shit he told us to do,
Yeah.
and we got all the defences, we got the books,
Yeah. You got everything for him.
and we got all the shit, and
Yeah.
then we got the defences back up, and he was like, oh, I just need to double check all of these defences and just make sure they're, like, really good. So you go back to Dalaran, and I just need to make sure that these defences are so good that no demon can get in. So I'm just going to stay here by myself, Without you, you need to go back to Dalaran, and I'm just going to stay here, just by myself, and I'm just going to make sure these defences are really good.
Sneaky.
What happens next time we see Dalaran? Karazhan?
It's overrun with demons.
Overrun with fucking demons, mate.
Overrun.
Suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Suspicious.
Ooh.
So we've got all of the pillars of creation for him. Every time we get one, he's like, oh, yeah, bring it here.
Good job,
Put
hero.
it. I've made you a space for that pillar of creation. Just put it down there for me.
Slot it right in there.
I'll look after that, just like I looked after the defences at Karazhan.
Yeah.
You know? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Right, okay, so quick plans, roundup of our plans.
Yeah, what are our plans?
For the next couple of weeks, before the next hotfix comes out. Well, we need a new series of videos for a start.
We do.
And I'm still up in the air about that. About what... I'm thinking of maybe rating the Legion zones.
Ooh.
But I'm also thinking of doing a video for each Legion zone and choosing like the best 5 or 6
Like
things.
highlights.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that kind of thing. Obviously, the next patch is coming out again soon, so
That's
I want to do
true.
a guide to that.
Nice.
But as far as series are concerned, something about the zones, I guess. I don't know. What do you think?
Best Legion unicorns.
Yeah, bottom, number 5 is the ones that get eaten. Number 4 is the ones that you kill with your barrage. That's poor unicorns. You are the unicorn killer.
No, I'm not.
Unicorn killer.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not
You're the
fun.
murderer of the.
No.
You're the bane of the unicorns.
No.
Unicorn's bane, Evitel.
Title.
Yeah,
I'd love
you'll be a
that to my
legendary,
title.
legendary item that drops.
Unicorn's
Yeah.
bane.
Oh, I don't know. We're ridiculously excited as well because about 5 seconds before we started filming this, Celestion
Yeah.
tweeted to us. He's a technical designer on World of Warcraft, and we're pretty excited about that. Mainly because I was suddenly like, someone at Blizzard has watched our videos. Well, actually, we know that quite a few people at Blizzard watched our videos, and in my head, that means that in like 20 years' time, when we get like 100 million subscribers,
Yeah.
which is easy.
Easy. In,
Like,
in
'cause
you know, in
we're
the
on
future.
like 30k now, so 100 million is just the next step.
It's the next-
I like to think that those people in Blizzard, they're going to be
Yeah.
like, shit, man, these guys have got like 100 million subscribers. We should make them an in-game item.
Oh.
Because that is actually genuinely my worldwide life ambition now. Now that we
be
do Warcraft
in-game.
content, all I want to do is have an in-game item.
Ooh.
What would be your in-game item?
I knew you were going to ask this.
So why didn't you think of an answer then?
Because I wanted to frustrate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what I would have.
What would you have?
A bottle of wine.
That's very nice.
I'd like an in-game bottle of wine
That's
that went
very
out
good.
with the Brew of the Month Club, and I'd like it to be called. Oh no, I wouldn't actually. I'd like it to be found somewhere ridiculous.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to
I'd
be
like
like
it
an
to be found
artifact.
on the coast in Azuna,
In a-
like I'd been out drinking when I was 14 down the beach.
Yeah.
Like I used to.
Yeah.
And I'd like it to be called Taliesin's Vintage,
Oh.
and I'd like it to be this bottle of wine, and when you drink it, you get a buff which is drunk like a 14-year-old. No. Which you're not really drunk at all, so none of the drunk effects
No,
happen. But
but-
you think
but you
you're
think
really
you're
drunk.
drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's the buff that you
Because
get.
you're like, oh, I'm
yeah.
wasted.
So Taliesin's Vintage, you find it at the beach, like in a really scummy part of the beach.
That's adorable.
That would be my in-game item. I just
That
thought of it
is-
now.
That is
What do you think?
super cute.
Yeah.
My in-game item would be like a really bad, like blunt bob haircut that you give yourself in like 2005 because you watched Pulp Fiction for the first time. That's my item.
So
My
what do you mean an
item is a
item?
bad-
No, yours should be
A bad haircut.
it could be
It would
no
be
yours.
called the Evitel.
It could be an achievement rather than an item. You get like you go to the hairdressers,
Yeah.
you go to the barber,
And you get the secret haircut.
you get the secret haircut, which you
Yeah.
can only unlock doing archaeology. I'm doing archaeology at the moment in Stormheim because I really want the archaeology skin
Oh, yeah.
for my Light's Wrath.
Nice.
Because I think the archaeology skin is the best skin for Light's Wrath.
It is pretty cool.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm doing archaeology.
Yeah. Ha, ha, ha.
Sorry if my raid leader Zell is watching this. I'm not doing archaeology. I'm fucking bopping those dungeons, man. I'm getting that eye level.
As we speak.
Up! It's getting up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zell doesn't watch any videos longer than 15 minutes. We're fine. Speaking of which,
Oh, wow, yeah.
if you've got any ideas what we should do, let us know your in-game items. that you would have? What would be
Yeah.
your in-game item
What
that
would
you
be
could choose? If you
your
had an in-game
in-game
item or achievement in World of Warcraft, because we got some friends in high places now, we can pass these things on. Do you think anyone believed that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't. And
Fools.
yeah, exactly. And we'll actually, in the next Hotfix, we'll read out the best ones,
Yeah.
if we get any. And we'll have a little laugh about that. That'd be fun.
Let's do
Ooh,
it.
that'd be fun. I like that. That's a
Yeah.
good thing we just thought of.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we should have made more of that. Thank you for listening to us ramble about what we've been enjoying.
Yeah.
Because it has been awesome.
It's been great.
Oh, God, I'm enjoying it so much. I could have talked for another hour, 2 hours about all the stuff I'm enjoying
Forebs, yeah.
in Legion at the moment. So let's just be thankful that didn't happen.
Yeah, seriously. Better stop now before we,
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely. We'll get a proper video out soon, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for indulging us
Thank you.
in this. So from me, Taliesin,
And for me, Evitel.
thank you very much.
Thanks
and
a lot.
Cheerio.
See you guys.